Hey, look, it's the TheDinoCollector, yay!
Hey everyone, Nick from TheDinoCollector, and today we will be taking a look at the Bandai Limited Movie Monster Series Godzilla Store exclusive Godzilla -1 Heat Ray Emission version. Alright, I know what you guys are thinking. This figure looks absolutely ridiculous. And I agree with that. This thing looks absolutely ridiculous, but it actually has some really nice qualities to this figure. So let's just take a look at it. But of course, before we even do that, let's just take a look at this tag first. Alright, first off, taking a look at the tag, we get a really nice picture of Godzilla, but unlike the standard Godzilla -1 figures, it doesn't even show a render of Godzilla. It literally just shows a picture from the movie, like a screenshot from the movie. So that's a bit interesting. But anyways, we get a lovely picture of Godzilla -1 shooting at his atomic breath with some stains on it. I don't even know where this came from. And here it says Godzilla 2023, something in kanji. I think that says something, I don't know. Godzilla 2023 and Godzilla 2024. And opening up the tag, we get a nice silhouette of MinusGoji here from a top-down view. It says Godzilla 2023, the exact same stuff as on the front of the tag. And that's pretty much it. Now looking at the back of the tag, it just says Godzilla -1. It says Movie Monster Series, Movie Monster Series, Bandai Namco, and has a cutout of MinusGoji spines. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, so since this figure is indeed a Godzilla Store exclusive, we're gonna put him through a little penny sleeve, and, hold on. We'll put him through the big, fat top loader. Let's push him, and there we go, we put the tag in. Alright, so since we're done looking at this tag here, let's just take a look at his articulation, because I really want to focus on the painting and sculpting on this figure. Alright, so articulation is really simple on this guy. It's just a rotation all the way around his arms. Yes, both arms can do so. The legs can go all the way around. Both legs can do so. And I don't believe, yeah, the tail does not move at all in any segments. So, yeah, around 4 points of articulation. So that's, I guess, maybe a 10 out of 10 in terms of articulation. It's very basic, so yeah. And now, let's take a look at his painting and sculpting. Okay, so the painting and sculpting on this figure is amazing. Yeah, no matter where you look, you're gonna find little details everywhere on this figure. And of course, the paint helps with looking at these details. And let's just take a look at, you know, his face first. Alright, so the face is probably the thing that everyone's been confused about, because, like, this face looks absolutely ridiculous. Like, look at this thing. His mouth is wide open. Like, maybe this is just me, but I just feel like this guy's, head, it just feels bigger than, you know, like a standard MinusGoji figure. Like, I don't know, maybe that's just me. His head just looks a lot bigger. I don't know. But yeah, we get some amazing painting and sculpting on it. Like, just look at the detail on there. His eyes, like, his eyebrows are a lot more wide open. His eyes are like the exact same color as the original, like the gray, orange, and black here. Of course, you get the scar from the movie. His mouth is a pure blue, so it has the exact same issue as the SH Monster Arts 2021 Godzilla, where it has pure Colgate toothpaste in his mouth. And yeah, speaking of the mouth, there's some fantastic painting and detail on it. The detail in particular is amazing. Just look at that. You can actually see his mouth a lot better than on the other releases. His tongue is there. His teeth are individually painted and they look really nice. It's really hard to see, but yeah, it's there. And the roof of his mouth is just the roof of any Godzilla's mouth. It looks really nice. And yeah, and since we're on this, like, jaw area, you can see a whole ton of details on the neck and stuff as well. There's a whole ton of details. Just look at that. It's everywhere. Just look at the top of his head, I love it. And while yes, I love the detail on the top of his head, it's just, I feel like this part might be a bit lacking. I don't know, maybe it's just me, just this like giant piece of skin that's just there, no actual like crisp details, unlike the standard release of MinusGoji where it has actual details on it. So yeah, I'm a bit bummed out about that, because like, why couldn't you do that? Well yeah, that's my only major complaint with the face area. Alright, now moving on to another thing that everyone's been talking about. His posture. Maybe talking about the body as well at the same time as talking about his posture, because that's part of the same thing. Of course, his body is the exact same chunky body that we've been seeing in every single MinusGoji figure thus far. It's some really nice details, and the dry brushing's there, but there's one problem I have with it. The dry brushing isn't fully, like there. It's only painted on the front, and it's not painted on the lower areas here. It's just here, not even on the sides either, which is my only real complaint with the paint here. But yeah, I mean, I guess with the areas that are painted, you can see all the little details in there, and that looks really, really nice. And just look at the size of Godzilla's body. Oh my goodness, there's so many little minute details that I didn't even know were on this figure. Like, wow, that's so good. Now, let's just take a look at his posture. I think I accidentally hit the mic. Like, just look at this posture. It looks absolutely ridiculous from this point. If you move the arms backwards, he kind of looks like he's gonna shoot his atomic breath, but like, you kind of need the breath itself, like the heat ray. So it just looks like he's screaming, like he's going that. So it's really weird looking. And speaking of these hands here, they're kind of chunky, I'll say. I don't know. I've been looking at this thing for longer than the standard release, but like, look at this thing. The biceps are chunky. The forearm is, for some reason, to me at least, it looks short. It looks like really short, so I don't know why that is. And these fingers are actually an improvement over the standard release, because this guy, it kind of has a thumb, but you can't really see it here. But on this guy, you could see it a lot better on this thing. And yeah, just look at all those wonderful little details, even on the insides of the hands here. Look at that, you even got details on the hands here. That's crazy. But yeah, you got the little elbow spike and the dry brushings here. It's not all the way, but it's a lot better than the legs and the body. And yes, of course, lovely details. Look at those big scales forming to those little scales there. And these legs here, they're chunky, but the weird thing I want to say is the fact that these legs are literally the exact same legs that are on the standard release, like the exact same, no changes whatsoever on them. And with no changes in the sculpt basically means it has the exact same issue with the body here. The paint here only stays on the front, and it's not on the other side. Like, it's not on like the sides here, it's only on the front, because you're gonna be seeing Godzilla from this like part here, so you're only going to see the dry brushing, but you can't see it from the other side, so that's like, why? But yeah, you got some lovely details here, some like nice skin details and everything. It's fantastic. And the toes have those scale platings and they look awesome. The toes are painted nicely in this nice olivey greenish color. Same with the fingers, so that's nice, they painted all of it. And the bottom of the foot says trademark and Toho Killa Ltd. and Bandai China with a bunch of numbers on it. Let's move on to the tail now, and I want to save the dorsal fins for last because you know why. The tail here, I think there might be some modifications to the tail because I feel like this area here in particular might be a bit more bent than the original figure. But yeah, you got some wonderful little details there. You got the nice bulky skin with like the signature Godzilla scales here all the way to the very tip of his tail. I'm gonna talk about the paint on them later, but yeah, that's pretty much it with the tail. And now, time to look at these giant dorsal fins. Now, if you watch my short review on the standard movie monster series MinusGoji figure, you know the fact that I absolutely love these dorsal fins and nothing has changed whatsoever. What I love about these dorsal fins is the fact that they start as a translucent blue, and then towards the tip of them, they turn into this metallic blue, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I'll show that they're transparent later, but yeah, look at that. It's everywhere on this figure. Unfortunately, I thought these dorsal fins were like sticking out like they were in the movie, but no, they're like literally like the exact same dorsal fins, exact same as you can see here. And yeah, the tail will have that paint. Look at that, it's all in this metallic blue, and look at this. It is painted to the very tip of Godzilla's tail. That is great, Bandai. Why can't you do that with the other releases? Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention these lovely details on there. The first thing I want to mention right off the bat is this. It's going to be really hard to see, but you can see that this dorsal fin right here is molded in with the this dorsal fin. In the movie, they were just like, they're like multiple different pieces, obviously. The monster arts did the same thing, but this figure didn't do that, and it's just like, why? You can barely even see it. Like, I've had the original figure for a long time, and I literally just noticed this. Oh yeah, you can see it a lot better here. But yeah, lovely details all throughout the tail with these little nice little grooves and bumps here, all the way to the very tip of his tail. And yeah, that is pretty much it in terms of paint and detail, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna give this figure a solid 8.5 out of 10 in terms of paint, because I love all the little parts that are painted. It's just they didn't like paint this all the way, and the neck here isn't as detailed as some other releases. So yeah, but the tail being fully painted and like, you know, like the pose and all the little details, it looks fantastic. So yeah, 8.5 out of 10, great. And lastly, let's move on to the size comparisons. Compare to the Bandai Movie Monster Series Standard MinusGoji figure, Bandai Limited Movie Monster Series MinusGoji figure that's metallic, and the Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzillasaurus figure. I call him Godzillasaurus because he kind of looks like it, so yeah. Alright, this will be a bit of a ridiculous comparison, but we will be comparing this figure to the Bandai Godzilla Island Monster Series Godzilla Heisei figure. And I just want to show these two off together because the dorsal fin paint. I mean, just look how he started. We came from this where like some of the paint was there, like look at this one. This was like barely even painted compared to where we are now, where all of them are equally painted all the way to the tip of the tail. I'm just happy that we get these two figures and like how they change over time. That's great. But yeah, out with the old, in with the new. Alright guys, I'm going to show you the translucency of these dorsal fins here with the light here. So yeah, let's show that off. Alright, light is ready. And look at that. Look at that. That looks amazing. Look at that. You can see, yeah, I forgot to mention there's glitter in the dorsal fins there. That looks fantastic. Wow, look at that. Just look at that. You can even see all the little details again. It's great. Yeah, that's it. Overall, I love this figure. So overall, this figure is gonna get a good 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10 sounds good for this thing. Paint's great. Just maybe painted a little bit more. This is a little bit underpainted, but we got this, so yeah, that's good. Detail is absolutely fantastic. I love it. Articulation's just articulation, so that's just great. And the tag looks absolutely amazing too. And yeah, it scales well with your figures as well. So yeah, recommend to pick it up in the online US Godzilla store. If it goes on sale, then probably buy it. But if you want the figure right away, then you can go grab it for yourself. I got mine in Japan. When I was in Japan a couple weeks back, I got mine for like 3,900 yen, so it's like 20 bucks. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, bye.